Yo, what's going on YouTube? Back at it again with another college football 26 video. And this one's going to be a little bit of a curveball compared to the normal types of videos I put out. But I've seen a lot of people, asking for me to cover different playbooks. And I've even seen some people that are like, oh man, you only use certain plays or it's only in certain playbooks. So I just wanted to use a completely random playbook today. We're going to see if we can win a national championship using whatever playbook is selected from a spinner wheel I put together that I think includes basically every single offensive playbook. There's a few that just didn't make it because I don't want to run like Utah. I think it's kind of boring, but a bunch of different playbooks, from pretty meta stuff to off meta stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and spin the wheel and figure out which playbook we're gonna be using for this national championship run. See if we can do it. See if I'm more than a one or two playbook merchant, which hopefully I am. And yeah, I hope it'll be entertaining. Again, if you guys want to catch me live, and I'll mention a lot of my videos, make sure to go check out my Twitch link down below in the description, or just it's Ginobili __. But without further ado, let's go spin that wheel. Alrighty, here's the wheel. Ended up just doing 15 playbooks. I think I only had like 20 or something, but I wanted to remove some of the ones that you guys have seen me use a lot, like Baylor, Oregon State, and Notre Dame, of course. So I think we got a pretty good kind of overview here of some really meta playbooks, some off meta playbooks, some stuff I don't even know what's in them. So we're gonna go ahead and spin the wheel and see who we end up getting here. We're gonna do a few clicks, really get that wheel spinning, and we are going to end up with Jacksonville State. Okay. Well, let's go see what Jacksonville State has to offer. I'll show you guys a quick, little 2-minute practice session, and then we'll hop right on into our first game. All right, y'all. This is loading us into practice mode here. Honestly, the first time I've ever even looked at Jacksonville State, so we're gonna figure out what is in this playbook very quickly, and see what we're able to work with here. So, just looking through our formations. Normal Y off close generally is a pretty good formation. We do have Y sail, which is pretty nice. I'm just trying to see what all's in here. Red zone scissors is cool. The RPO is nice. Okay, we got a little bit to work with here. Escape's decent. A little bit out of normal Y off close. Out of Y off trips is another play. Do we have the RPO in this play? But we do not get the RPO, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. Y off trio weak. Ooh, this alignment looks pretty nice. Let's see what we're working with here, and then we'll go through just a few plays. Trips tight end. Okay, we got a good trips. I always like trips tight end. That's always a nice one. Nice one to have. We do get verticals. Anything else here at the end of the playbook that I'm missing? Doesn't really look like it. Nothing too crazy. We do get a bunch wide, which could be pretty nice. Got wide trail, clear out, little smash return style thing. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is we're first gonna set our audibles with normal Y off close. We are going to use Y sail. Great power play here. One always inside zone. Not totally sure about escape. We'll have to think about that one a little bit, but I do want red zone scissors is always a good one, and then we'll probably replace this with that deep flood corner out's pretty nice to triangle, really flat corner out. We'll probably try to build around that, and then we're gonna go to bunch wide. I wonder if these are already saved. No, they didn't. Okay. I just set them in other playbooks before. Or we're gonna get wide trail. Where is clear out FL in, branch return, and then probably honestly going to get rid of QB or of whatever that is for QB blast here, hopefully to help out our red zone. And then like I said, trips tight end's going to be other formation. So we're going to want verticals, possibly X under. We'll just keep looking through here. We do want the RPO alert bubble. Always want RPO alert bubble. Want to play action, play for play action. Verticals is great. Is that our only draw? Okay, we're probably going to need this. I really do like draw. Okay, so these are probably going to be the plays we're going to run, and really just based on our offense here, I'll just show you guys a few quick plays. Let's start with bunch open, or bunch wide, sorry. This is going to be a coverage bomb, so we go call clear deep here. Clear out FL in, and then if they call, cover 3, for example, right? We put the ball on the wide side of the field. We're able to get a pretty easy cover 3 bomb, and this is why it's so important to know your guys, like your cover 3 beaters and stuff, because then you're able to kind of find these in any playbook you get, regardless of what's going on. As you guys can see, there's a pretty easy cover 3 bomb. I don't really know why Kyle Casper's in the game, but we'll live with that. Then if we go to normal Y off close here. Oh, does bunch wide use 4 wide receivers? Okay, so that's something we're gonna have to be aware of. We're gonna have to sub in our tight end there, see if we can do that. Oh, again, always important to notice your personnel, but normal Y off close. I think play we want to cover here is going to be where is Y sail? Y sail. Again, we'll call any zone, doesn't matter. It's like based against cover 3. This will be I mean, basically, it gives you a pretty easy. This would be a one hot rod quick snap play, right? You kind of get a flood combo to the right side of the field, and then kind of some in breaking routes on the back left. But it also works as a cover 3 bomb if we can get some time. You guys can see how works pretty similar to clear deep. And then finally, the play I want to cover here is going to be deep flood. This may be one where we're more on the maybe run some short side with our passing strength, like that, and then we're going to stem down this corner. I get that super short stem corner. You can do like a post, something like that. It's probably more of a man beater, honestly. But I mean, we can make it work versus zone, something like even like this, and really just look to hit the stem corner, right over a flat or against man coverage. Obviously, that zone played it perfectly. That's kind of what we're gonna want to look to hit. But yeah, let's go hop into game number 1. All right, guys, gonna hop on into the game here just for the sake of time in this video. I didn't want it to be me playing 7 entire games or 8 entire games, depending on how many we won and lost. So I went ahead, used more normal playbook. I had a season that I was already mostly done. So we're gonna play the Rose Bowl and the National Championship. I think this will give some good gameplay on the playbook without this being a needlessly 2-hour long video. In the future, if I do more of these kind of random playbook videos, if you guys want to see me play an entire season, let me know down below, and I'm happy to do that. Just didn't want to make the video needlessly long for no reason. But yeah, in the Jacksonville State playbook, again, literally have never used this playbook in my life, so it's gonna be a it's gonna be an interesting one. Still in the same defensive playbook, so hopefully we're able to, even if we struggle a little bit on offense, we're able to anchor ourselves on defense. But I see a lot of good stuff. Really haven't run a lot of normal Y off close personally. Looking to get some more reps in it, and I think, I mean, it's a good formation. Again, really, if you guys are looking at some other playbooks, you want to find something new. I know I've put out like some tier lists on what I think are the best playbooks, but really, you guys can always just check like, hey, I like this alignment, and then you just try to go find any playbook with that alignment and go from there. So we're gonna start off on offense here, so no time to hide behind the defense. No way to get like a pick 6 and a quit or something. So we're gonna have to put some points on the board here. Let's try to get on a hash if we can here. That always makes it easier to pass. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm really going to be basing out of normal Y off close. I did want to check. I forgot to check the red zone, so I want to see kind of what quarterback. Oh, we get ace slot. I actually kind of like ace slot offset a little bit, but I want to see what kind of quarterback runs we have in the event that we need some red zone runs here. But we'll see what those are. Is this guy running some sort of man coverage? I almost want to say that it is. We're gonna set a little stem corner. We're gonna false start on the first play of the game. That's me. I was too busy trying to just mess around. Let me actually, if we're gonna call man, let me call that stem corner from deep flood here. See what we're able to get here. Yeah, I mean, this looks like man coverage to me. I can't put you on a comeback. All right, we'll just do something like this. Really looking to hit triangle here when he wins with the cutter, and he's going to, and we're just gonna hit Christian Harris. Are we gonna get a free touchdown first play here? Looks like we are. Nobody's catching him. All right, easy start to the game. Oh shit. Yeah, there we go. All right, easy start to the game. Nobody caught me, so we're going to go on ahead and start the game off with an easy score. That's why it's important to recognize, what's a good man beater, what's a good zone beater, because for the most part, they're pretty playbook kind of agnostic, right? I mean, you can just kind of, call them regardless of what playbook you're in. Just got to find your short corners or your zigs or whatever. We're going to try to run QB blast here. Kind of curious to see how good this is. I have no idea. This could suck. Actually, not bad. I do kind of like that quarterback blast. Okay. So we'll make sure to keep that one kind of on the back burner if we need any sort of short yardage runs. That's good to know. Again, I'd recommend you guys find this stuff out in practice mode before you just hop into a game. But, where's the fun in that? It's a little more fun if I don't know what I'm doing. Or I don't know. I hope it's a little more fun if I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe it isn't. All right. Gun wing pair. Again, still based out of mint here. Not super sure. Wing pair generally is either just inside zone or right here. There's actually a corner route based off that alignment, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to stem up our guy to be ready for a corner route. And mint just kind of packs the box, and these instincts just go a little bit crazy and luckily get me some good sheds. So great first play there. Got him to second and long. Sherrar just lit up and shot the gap. I mean, absolute menace. We love Sherrar for that. Oh, excuse me. All right, trips. Whenever you see normal trips, you always want to check for an RPO. This isn't an RPO. I'm going to want to move Mincy out to not give up any kind of cheeky sideline runs, and he's going to come out here running that little QB power. We got to get him out of bounds. Or not QB power, sorry. It's like a power read or something like that. On me, we got to can't pass commit there, and I gotta click on and make a play. I've seen that look before. So now that we know his trips is power read, ace strong offset. Again, this guy is just giving me the tour here. Got to assume this might be crack toss. Want to be ready for crack toss, but also not crack toss. It's just flood. So we're just gonna switch stick this and just nothing's open. Yeah, just an absolute cage. We got pretty decent bunch strong defense. I don't even know what playbook this guy's in. He's kind of giving me the tour right now. Probably Oregon State based off wing pair, but we'll have to see. Alrighty. This is kind of going to be our base bunch strong shell. I'm sure you guys have seen this one from me in other videos. He's going to end up throwing... That was actually a pretty good route combo. He had a curl route, which put me in an awkward spot based on the fact that Manip is running back. Yeah, he's in Oregon State. So trio close. We need to be ready for smash return. So we're just gonna want to get ready to switch stick possibly this guy right here, and it's just a return route. And we just didn't guard it. I was ready for the play and just kind of pissed down my leg. Not a good rep. This is generally what we're gonna want it to look like. He's gonna come out run 0-1 trap. We need somebody to get off a block here. Absolutely nobody got off a block here. I'm not too concerned with what we're seeing right now, but we'll have to obviously keep the defense, keep it kind of going here. Comes back out in trap. I can't let everyone hurry up on me there. I gotta call timeout and get into mint. Mint kills 0-1 trap, so this guy's definitely in kind of the meta scheme, so we'll live with it. You know, luckily his defense seemed kind of poor, but we'll see what he's working with here. Felt pretty comfortable, honestly, on the defensive side. Really, the only plays he had that really caught me off guard were some runs that I'll be ready for in the future. Yeah, that was, I mean, he hit a return route when I switch sticked at it, so not too worried about that. Alrighty. I'm probably going to run deep flood again. Let's see if he comes out in man or zone. Again, looks to be man coverage again. So I mean, we're just gonna, in case he cloud flats that outside guy, we're just gonna use a streak, and then you know, maybe some sort of backside kind of combo here. I like return routes. So see, yep, we're just gonna hit our corner out again. Get Jackson Harris another really easy first down. Don't overthink it. It's not that hard. Don't want to overthink it. So, alrighty. Our formation actually kind of glitched here, which is actually going to make it kind of funny because we're going to be able to get some pretty easy checkdowns right here. Since Tate is on the wrong side of the field, we'll take that. We'll hit another corner out. So far, we've literally only had to throw corner outs, which I really appreciate. I love only having to throw corner outs, but we're going to try a little inside zone. I have no idea how good inside zone is out of this, but we're gonna let it rock a little bit. He's running over there trying to go guard the corner out, which means we should be able to get a pretty nice chunk of yards. Perfect. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll call deep flood again. This looks to definitely be more zone coverage, so we're just going to call a pretty normally good zone beater here. He's going to give us our Texas route right over the middle of the field. And again, just keeping the chains moving. Curious what I can audible to. I know we can go to Y off trips. We can't go to trips tight end, which is nice. Let's come on trips tight end, see if we can get a little draw going here. You guys watching me play Notre Dame, you know I love draw. I'm curious to see how good this draw is. Some draws just suck and some are good. Oh, he's running the Texas stunt. Okay. Texas stunts normally kill draws, which is fine. But luckily we figured out exactly what he's running. So we're going to go a little Y sail here. Pretty basic kind of high-low combo here. And he's going to give us the quick flat. Not even going to, just not even going to look off it. Just take our free first down and keep the chains moving. Again, sometimes, especially, you guys can probably tell I'm a little uncomfortable in this offense, but, when you're figuring out, new offensive schemes, it's always good just to take what the defense gives you and not get too far behind the chains. Our inside zone is just not working really at all, which is unfortunate, but, do something like that. See if we can get a return route here on the, yet again, no heart. I mean, dog, we just got screamed at. Okay. We're running wide sail to the wide side of the field. I got a little something for him, I think. We're basically going to create dagger out of this play. So, I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before, but I really like recreating meta concepts out of the off meta here. He's going to give me my running back streak. The running back streak is amazing in normally in bunch strong, and we're able to just recreate it nice and easy. I literally have never ran normal Y off close. I know a lot of people do, but I have not. So Alrighty. See if we can get going here. We're going to scramble with Mendoza right outside this pocket. See if we can get a block or two. Oh, we did get a block. Let's go get 7, man. Come on, Mendoza. All right. Now, we do need to go for 2 here to get my 2 points back. Unfortunately, I'm not super comfortable with some of our 2-point plays, but we're just going to have to make it work and kind of recreate our the combos that we do like. So, looking to get a 3x1 set is really what I need. We can go trio weak here. I think trio weak will do exactly what we need. We need to motion out Smith, though. Okay, just 2 return routes, 2 outs, and a cross in the middle of the field. Let's see what happens. And we are going to get our return route on the right for a pretty easy 2 points. Again, just recreating a lot of common route combos that I know, in just new formations. And shockingly, they're a good route combo is a good route combo. So if you guys, I think this video will come out, again, I'm pre-recording a lot of these because I'll be on vacation, but I think this video will come out after I've done my 5 best route combos and 5 best man beater videos. If you guys have not checked those out, I'd highly recommend going to check them out. You really can implement those in any playbook, any formation, anything like that. So I can't recommend learning good route combos enough and then applying them to whatever your situation is. If they haven't come out yet, depending on when this is scheduled, they'll be coming out very, very shortly thereafter. So just keep an eyes peeled for those. But alright, we do need to get a stop. I mean, he's definitely in Oregon State and just giving us the tour right now of every single possible, every possible formation here. Again, got to be ready for this corner out on the left, which is why we're going to stem it up. And then we just got to be ready to shoot the run here. And it just gets an auto broken tackle, which is unfortunate, but luckily we were able to rally down, get a second set of players on him and bring him down there. Alright. Oh, I just realized we had the rival. I didn't realize he was in Notre Dame jerseys. All right, bunch A strong. This tells me this is either dagger or flood the vast majority of the time. So we're going to set up our normal defense for this. If he goes with that little post curl combo, we're going to have to kind of dig deep here. He just ran flood and ended up throwing it just straight at our corner. God forbid we get an interception. We throw into double coverage. But, it is what it is. Played perfect defense yet again on it. For the most part, right, a lot of these plays really aren't the hardest thing in the world to guard. He hasn't put the running back out at all, which makes me think that he's really not going to put him out too much. So we're going to get ready to start guarding those crawl routes here very, very shortly. He should come out run duo, it looks like, and we'll just rally down. Got to fall forward for 6 yards or whatever, 4 yards, sorry, but can still feel pretty good on the defensive side. That's always important to be comfortable on defense. Keep that running back manned up. He's going to keep, just ran the same play right back at David Bailey. We'll keep aftershocking his running back. I'm not concerned about that. As you guys can tell from his stats right now, he's very, very reliant on the run game, which generally tends to not be the most reliable thing in the world. Ended up throwing, I'm kind of shocked my hook curl didn't guard that. Kind of thought my hook curl would, but thankfully my purple zone did guard the curl route. And we were able to keep the chains moving there. We're going to do a little defend the sticks here. Probably don't need to guard the running back. He just threw right at my hard flat. I don't know why my yellow zone and my purple zone, there's nothing to pull them, and neither one of them decided to guard the curl route, which is really funny. But so I'm glad he didn't hit that. Again, should have been another pick, but we'll live with that. This RPO alert screen is exceptionally good. Something I didn't cover in the practice mode breakdown, but especially with Cutter, this speed out just fries. Then you start hot rodding it. Again, unfortunate that we we didn't catch that, but we'll live with it. Good look at it, kind of see what all's in this book. Like I said, I really don't know what's in this book, so we're having to get a little creative here. This looks like man coverage to me, so we're going to come right back with our stem down corner. Again, going to do a streak in case he puts a cloud flat on that outside player. He doesn't, so we're just going to hit our corner out. Pretty easy catch. Get to 3rd and 1. I love being on 3rd and short here. I'd say that normally. I actually don't know if I necessarily love it, but we're just going to recreate dagger basically out of Out of this formation, looks to get a pretty easy first down. He's going to give us the cross right over the middle of the field, and we get yet another blue overthrow. I mean, very unfortunate. Again, we're just going to have to live with it, but that is exceptionally tough, honestly. Just really wish we would, catch the ball in bounds. We're going to expect him to run man based off the alignment here, but on the off chance he doesn't, we're just going to run another pretty competent zone beater here. And he's going to give it to me. And we're just going to hit our little corner out again. See if we can make him miss. Maybe get off a block. I don't know what was happening. We're kind of like rubber banding off the DB. We were just like bumping shoulders. That's actually, I haven't seen that animation before. That's kind of funny. But now we're in a really great spot, right? We want to be conscious of the clock. We did get the ball first, so making sure he doesn't get a double dip the chip and kind of tie it back up before half's really, really important. So we're going to start managing the clock here a lot better. And then hopefully score here with the last possession of the first half. Kind of curious how this motion off tackle works. I have no idea. Most of these motion runs suck, but we'll maybe expects a run right and we're gonna run left. We'll see. Actually, wasn't bad. Pretty decent run right there. Gotta love that. Alrighty. Gonna want to come back out and bunch open offset. He didn't guard this RPO very well last time we ran it, so I'd be shocked if he ran it effectively this time. And we're actually going to want to make sure we untarget the safety right here, so that way we block the two underneath defenders, and we're able to just hit our bubble screen for a nice easy catch and a pretty free first down. The reason for that, right, if it's zone coverage, the guy up top is clearly in a deep zone, right? So he's not going to guard the RPO. And then if it's man coverage, the guy that's guarding the outside receiver is going to be the outside DB. So you don't have to overly worry about that. Just a nice and easy way to guarantee some effectiveness with our RPOs. Kind of expecting Keyshawn Johnson to be wide open. Yet again, we're just going to go untarget this guy. So we target the two underneath defenders, and we're just continuing to chew the clock. We're always finding these niche little concepts that I really like. And my big shout out to my tight end who ran to the sideline and blocked nobody instead of blocking the... I'm very confused by that. I don't really know what my guy was doing right there, but we'll live. Gonna come out in trips here. I really like trips for the most part. Really just looking to hit something maybe over the middle of the field here. Probably looking to hit circle here, and he's going to give it to us. We're going to hit circle, try to get up the field. All right, we're in a great spot right now. I'm totally fine milking the clock here, so I'm actually going to let this run down as low as he will let me run down, because this way, worst case, if we don't get a first down, we're fine. We're also going to kind of switch up who's running the in route, who's running the out route, in case he tries to like man somebody up. But really, for the most part, I mean, we are just going to untarget his user and just let this clock tick all the way down. I'm fine kicking 3 here with, 10 seconds or whatever if I really have to. Just do not want him to get the rock back. Plus, we get a first down, we do have 3 timeouts, so. He's going to give us this return route. Really need to make sure to not score perfect right there. That'll burn his first timeout. And then I'm probably going to go call quarterback kneel. Again, I really do not want to give him the rock back. This may be being a little overdoing it. I probably could just score and it would be fine, but I'm going to run a kneel here. Make him burn at least another timeout. And that's fine. And now we're going to hit him with probably 2 or 3 straight QB blasts. Which those tend to be pretty good. Hopefully this QB blast is good. We're going to go find out. Was it bunch wide, I think? QB blast. Here we go. Alrighty. See if we can get going downhill. And Mendoza's able to fall forward. That's one of the advantages of having a big 6'5" quarterback, as they tend to fall forward a little bit more. We're able to get on the board there. Pretty perfect clock management, I feel like. And from here, we're just going to kick our extra point. If he field goal block glitches me, okay, he's not. I was like, we'll just deal with it. And yeah, just like that, we're up 2 scores. As long as you don't give up any stupid points here in the next, 11 seconds, which we really should not be able to do. Worst case, he does get ball back at half, but we're able to maintain a possession lead, even if he scores on this next drive. Although I feel pretty comfortable on our defense. Again, most of his yards, he has 20 passing yards, which most people tend to go the way of their passing offense, so I'm not overly concerned. Probably got to expect a run here, but we're really just going to call a pretty basic defense and just try to rally down and make a tackle. Yeah, if he doesn't have a timeout, so that'll be the last play of the half. I don't know why he just called another play. He's not getting this off, but yeah, I mean, great half, up 21-0 to start. That's probably the best start I could have asked for. I think we scored on every single drive, which, considering it's my first time ever touching not only the playbook, but the formation normal Y off close, pretty proud of myself there. Many of you guys may be saying, well, Ginobili, normal YF close is kind of meta. I have seen a lot of people run normal YF close. I have never taken any, I don't know any route combos from them. I don't ever use it. I don't really watch them too in-depthly, so it's pretty new to me. We're very much labbing on the fly right here. All right, one more stop should probably do away with this game. Empty base flex. I mean, this guy's kind of all over the place. This is something that I tell a lot of people to do, and they kind of like look at me like I'm weird. But like, you got to have a plan with your offense. You can't be like this guy and just be just all. Let me just call in a different formation every single drive. There's no way you are able to effectively run 5 different formations. Let alone, I mean, most people can barely effectively run 5 plays, and that's not really a diss. I mean, like, think about it. I really only call like 5 different plays at the play call screen, right? Like, I mean, it's hard, right? Most people can't do that. And so they try to overcomplicate offense for themselves. It's going to be smash return, so our stem down yellow should guard this. And he just threw it right at Junior Seau. Not a great read on his part. His tight end was actually wide open. He ran that little like drag stop route where the drag reads the pass coverage. And that'll go ahead and do it for our Rose Bowl. All right, let's hop right on into our natty. Again, was glad to be able to move the ball against mid blitz. I got in a few Twitter discussions actually, probably about a week or two ago, where people were saying that mid blitz was impossible to beat. And well, I get how it's hard. The same stuff that beats mid blitz all the time. It's so that was nice to see. All right, let's go ahead and queue on up our natty here. See what we end up getting. Long queue times today. All right, we're playing Nate Smokes. I don't think I've played this guy before, so we'll see. See what he's looking for. Oftentimes by the end of the year, especially when you play the game as much as I do for YouTube and ranked and Twitch and everything, you honestly recognize a lot of the names, even if you don't remember if they're good or not. You're like, hey, I've played this guy once or twice, so it's interesting when I play someone that I don't know. And that's our squad there. I still don't know how Junior Seau's in my top 3. Like, he's like not even a 99, but he's up there. This guy's got 3 corners in his top 3. That's kind of nasty. Luckily, none of them, had a speed booster or really the top end corner, so he may not have that fantastic of a team, but we'll have to see here. Luckily, we're starting on defense this game, which is always where you want to start. Makes it a lot easier to control the clock. Getting ball at half can really bail you out sometimes. I won a tournament game actually not too long ago where I really couldn't get a stop, and the one stop I did get was because he didn't manage the clock properly, and I was able to score right before half and get the ball straight back, so I got like a built-in free stop. So that was really nice. Alrighty, let's set up our coach adjustments. Oh, I always start in mint and always start send in 5. If people don't know how to block the send 5, they're going to be in for a long game, and so I will make them prove to me they know how to block it. If not, they're going to sit here and get blitzed every play. Again, really not that hard to block, but if they don't know how to do it, well, GG's. Going to take away first read here. I don't really know what he was throwing. Just kind of rolled out into a blitzer. Kind of shocked that wasn't a fumble given the ball went backwards. But, we'll live with it. Actually, I get how that's not a fumble, but kind of joking. Good on Seau. I couldn't get my hard flats off, but that's okay. We'll rally down. Look at Hardaway, man. As Flight Reaction would say, so inspirational. Alrighty. Let's see what, can I get on the proper user this time? I get a pretty free, wow. Instinct lit up. We were able to get a pretty free hole there, and the reaction time with Instinct is so good. It's probably the most underrated ability in the game. If you guys aren't using Instinct, I can't recommend it enough, honestly. All right, right here, we're actually going to zone out some people and do a little stunt. He ended up running the ball on 4th and 7. That's a very questionable call. I think it was an RPO, and he just kind of passed the rock got rid of the rock too fast. But all right, let's call deep flood. See what we're working with here. Alrighty. Looks to be zone coverage probably, so we're probably gonna go to Y Sale. We're on a pretty basic kind of combo here. And he's gonna give me the flat, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. 2nd and inches. Love to be on 2nd and inches here. I do want to try to attack. This to me looks like man coverage now. Actually, this looks very much like cover 3. I lied what I said. Could be either one. Not totally sure. We're gonna look to the stem corner if it is man. And it turned out to be man. Or actually, it was zone coverage. Dude, definitely zone. When you see me get confused on if it's man or zone, normally what I see is against man, the cutter will light up and he just blows past the guy in zone coverage. Or the guy in man coverage. And it can look very similar if they also run bad zone. Where the guy just super wins around him. Alrighty. We're going to run a little red zone scissors here. This is a play I know a lot of people love. I'm not necessarily one of them. I think the play is just okay, but a pretty basic combo here. Something like that. See if we can get Jeremiah Love here up kind of the right seam. We're going to try to climb the pocket here, juke out one guy, juke out the next guy. Thank God we didn't fumble. I should have slid. Normally, you can juke out that first defensive player, but you got to get rid of the rock after that and not get hit sticked with your quarterback. But, you know, do as I say, not as I do, because that really should have been a fumble. Alrighty, we're going to go over to was it Y Trio Week? Where we wanted to go? Yeah. We're going to recreate that like kind of 2-point play I love so much. Again, where we kind of do these two flats, 2 returns, and a crosser. See who we can get open here. So far, nobody. I'm going to get this return route open. Get to 4th and 1 here. We went tempo. I'm actually going to call timeout, and we're going to go to QB Blast, knowing that we have one of those in our repertoire. We want to make sure to break that out. Very, very hard play to stop for anything 4th and 1, especially like if they come out in goal line here. We can probably audible to an RPO of some kind. Most people won't run goal line when they see bunch wide. So, yeah, actually, he's coming out in single mug, this looks like. So we're actually should just be pretty free here. And yeah, got a pretty free first down. We're gonna hurry up, keep in that same formation, and just go right back to it. Again, don't think he's a great answer for QB Blast. And he did not get starting the game off with a stop and a score. It's the best way to start off a natty. All right, we're gonna go for 2. I really do prefer going for 2. I think with how easily it is to convert these, especially against people who maybe aren't the greatest defensive players ever, I think it can be really impactful, and really almost like steal you an extra possession. For the same play he didn't really have a great answer for earlier. Can I put you on a flat route? All right, whatever. We'll just need to put him on an out. All right, whatever. It's not the rock. I hate this false start thing where like it just does not let me snap the ball. All right, we're gonna have to kick our extra point here. I don't want to go for it from the 7. We got to fix this false start thing though. Like I didn't audible or change plays. I was literally just trying to motion somebody out and put a hot route on them, and it just would not do it. But that's okay. Hopefully they'll fix that next year. It really doesn't impact me too much, but when it does happen, as I'm sure for all of you guys, it is exceptionally annoying. Alrighty. Wing slot offset again. We're going to come right back out in mint. He didn't seem to overly like mint and didn't have a great answer for it. So we're going to make him keep attacking it. Until my opponent beats my defense, I'm not changing my defense. Sherrard, just having himself a day. He's just living in the backfield right now. We're just totally shutting down his run game. Alrighty. Good RPO, and he just ended up throwing right. Look at Sherrard. National champion. What a player, man. Just ended up throwing just right at our face. Which is I always love those type of stops. All right, we're actually going to come out and bunch wide here. I know I just called QB Blast, but we're going to look to audible to wide trail here. Pretty basic combo, I feel like. And he's going to end up blitzing us and just gave us a streak. I think he accidentally got switch-sticked onto the corner. So we'll go ahead and just take our free touchdown. Now we're going to try to go for 2 again and hope we don't screw it up. Just want to show you guys how easy some of these 2-point concepts are, or short yardage passing concepts. All right, let's motion Jeremiah Love out. Or not. There we go. Got the same combo we've seen a bunch. Got a high ball to our tight end right here. Didn't even need a high ball. He was just wide open, actually. The guy just vacated the middle, the middle of the field. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. We're already at 15-0. He hasn't had a great answer on the, I don't even know how well he's scoring or on the defensive side. So we should be feeling pretty confident to wrap this up. But yeah, I'm just telling you guys, right? I literally have never used this playbook before, right? So you're able to again take a lot of these combos, even if like you guys use a lot of Notre Dame. Maybe you use like trips. You can even apply, compression concepts, to spread sets or anything like that. So just make sure you guys are learning those good combos. And don't ever let someone tell you that they can't win just because of their playbook. As you see right here, literally just won a national championship, or will win a national championship. with a playbook I've never used and a formation I've never used with plays I've never used with 5 minutes of practice mode. It's doable. Obviously, I know I play this game a lot, got a lot of knowledge in my head here, but it is doable. It's kind of the point I wanted to bring home. Kind of a crazy throw he just made right there. I don't really know how it wasn't a catch. I do have I've been trying knockout on Xavier Mincy, and I just, like, if knockout doesn't knock that out, I don't really know what it does. So maybe the ability is kind of a waste of our time, but let's go ahead and get our stop here. Got to guard this seam. Looks like he was trying to throw into our seam. Cover 2 is not a good play call right there. I don't think my deep halves guarded any of the routes, which is never great to see. We're going to do something like that, roll into a cover 3 here, and I just got to guard this crosser that we know is coming over the middle of the field. And he ends up just throwing right at us. You think my guys are out here trying to kill Vernon Davis instead of intercept the football, but all right, we know he's going to probably try to go back to that seam to Vernon. So we're going to get ready to take it away. Good underneath pass. That's a tight window. I got to be ready to break down on that with my user. All right, let's see what we can do here. We're going to roll our deep half, but put the deep half on the short side of the field, new middle third, since he really can't attack the sideline right there out of that formation. A lot of times, like versus trips, that's a very fair thing to do too, where their tight end's the only receiving threat and he's attached to the line. You don't need to have a deep half or an outside third over top of him. He literally cannot attack that, even if he wanted to, just because of the alignment. Now, right here, we do need to have, some deep zones, but where did my cloud flag go? I feel like I shaded down. Oh well, maybe I didn't shade down. It's okay. That's gonna end the quarter. All right, let's try to bow up here in the red zone or inside the 10, I guess. Alrighty. Most of the time when I see pistol deuce close, that tells me it's going to be an RPO. So if he comes back out in that, we are going to be ready for the RPO. If that's what I'm expecting to see. Let's see what formation he calls. Empty base. This guy's kind of all over the place. Kind of expect just a slant to the tight end right here. So I'm going to get ready to lurk the right seam. And he's actually going to go to jet touch pass. And we just got to rally down. Fantastic play by DJ Pickett. And we were able to make a play with our linebacker there. Bunch halfback strong. Don't really know what to expect from this. Like, normally I know what to expect, but given that he hasn't ran bunch halfback strong at all, I'm not expecting anything new. Yeah, it wasn't a great play. I think it looked like kind of some sort of like stock Z spot. All right, gun deuce close. Again, right here, we're going to do a little defend the sticks. Makes all of our underneath zones play the goal line right here. And a little pass commit. Not an RPO. I always want to check if it's the RPO. It's very important to know. A little in route right here. Ooh, ended up throwing a pick back across his body to Hardaway, who hopefully we can go ahead and... Oh, we screwed up the speed boost, so we didn't score. That was not great stick work, but good interception there by Hardaway. So I had a feeling we were gonna bow up there. Come back out and bunch wide. Again, don't want to just normal Y off close. Want to try some other formations here. I think we're gonna go to clear out FL in, and look to hit a bomb here or something. Just try to get some points up the board quickly. He's actually gonna end up giving it to us, and as long as his pass is not inaccurate, Casper. Well, we had a coverage bomb, and then Casper just kind of didn't have the greatest route right there. Do we have a? If I turn off packages, so if I just remove the package, it'll actually give me that 3x1 formation, which is what I wanted. Okay, that's good to know. I really, really hate those 4x1s, so it's good to see that it's possible. I also don't like the C route, so I'm actually just going to motion this guy on a corner, or whatever. We'll just put him on a motion slant. And we're going to get him again. Looks like he's some sort of match, it looks like. And that time we were able to hit our streak and get another easy touchdown. All right, y'all. That'll go ahead and do it for the national championship game. If this guy doesn't quit out, which doesn't look like he is, I'll just finish the game up, and then we'll cut straight back to the national championship packs. All right, y'all. We're finally able to get him to quit. Can I get my natty packs, please, so we can finish off this video? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys were able to learn a route combo or two. Hell, maybe you want to go give Jacksonville State a try. I don't think it's that great. I would not recommend it. But, well, we were able to get the natty off, which is really all that matters. If you guys do want to see a full breakdown of the offense I actually use, my Notre Dame offensive ebook that is complete. Again, do constant updates whenever I find anything new. But that's linked down below in the description, as well as a promo code for 30% off. Additionally, I live stream. Again, won't be live streaming the week you guys see this video. Ooh, big 98. just because I'll be on vacation. But after that, we'll live stream every single Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday nights. In addition to some one-offs for different cut tournaments, and then especially as we approach College Football 27, we're going to be live streaming much more frequently. But again, always will be hitting at least Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday nights. So I'd really appreciate to see you guys there. And it's been a great time. Twitch has grown a lot. It's been really, really fun over there. Got 298s in our natty packs, so pretty good natty packs overall. No LTDs obviously, but yeah, that'll go ahead and do it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, catch you on the next one. Peace.